2,160 pounds. This is the Rockwood A122S hard-side A-frame pop-up camper with front storage trunk here at HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. If you'd like to see if we have one in stock and available, then just simply visit the link in the video description or give our team a call. You'll see what we have in stock, you'll see how it's equipped, and you'll see what we're asking. We publish clear, fair market pricing. We do not do hidden dealer fees, so keep that in mind. The only things you have to consider are just your local state fees. I don't know what state you're from, so I can't try to budget that money into it and make life even simpler. I would if I could, but I can't. So if you stay tuned till the end of the video, what I'm going to do there is I'm actually going to break, and then I'm going to show you where the A122S varies from the A122H from the A122TH behind that. I'm going to give you a whole overview of the A122 family of RVs, including how they're built. So what's unique and specific to this one? Well, where possible now, with very few exceptions, the A122 family has standard mounts, standard pro rack mounts for like a like bike rack basically. So it's now even easier than ever to do that. Although we've been installing the tongue mount bike racks on things like this for a long time. And in the HaylettRV Parts and Service Center, we also have bike racks where basically it acts as a there's a link between the trailer and the vehicle where there's actually a bike rack for that. The other thing is the S part of the A122S is the front storage trunk. That's really its signature calling card. But you'll notice you're going to find you know, storage pocket doors all over the place on here. Now there's triple pressure clamps on this to keep this closed shut. They rate this for about 150-pound capacity. I think they just don't want you to go too nuts and overload the tongue weight of your trailer, because that is one thing that you have a lot of control of here. And by the way, there's you can see, let me get the shade on there. There you go. You can see that you've got the there's little stands or pedestals there where you can flip that up to hold that storage trunk open. But you can really affect on a single axle with a big front storage trunk like that how the weight is going to teeter-totter, seesaw, cantilever against your vehicle. So you have a very direct control of the tongue weight on this trailer. Now, I've always kind of maintained that the A-frames are as much of a pop-up camper as a fold-down travel trailer, and I'll continue to explain what I mean by that as we go through. But things like this, pop-up campers don't usually have a travel trailer's dual propane tank system with automatic changeover regulator. They don't usually have electric brakes like this does. They don't usually have a bigger three-way refrigerator. There's just things they don't usually have. Like this has the same independent wheel suspension that a big Rockwood fifth wheel has here on this little guy. Outside utility shower over here is a nice little feature. Something interesting on these while we're standing here is these have a freshwater holding tank, but this one has no bathroom, so it has no black tank, nor does it have a gray tank, interestingly. And you're like, how can that be? There's a sink inside. It's actually just a straight pipe outside, so you need to plan to get one of those little blue tote tanks like those that we have available in our parts and service center with one of these. Everybody camps different. Some people totally dry camp and they don't need water service, so they don't actually build that in here. This does hook to the water heater, however, so you can get hot and cold water in both your interior sink and out here. Now, all the little storage pockets are nice, but I like that where they're tough to get to, they make the storage come to you, and that's something Rockwood's done for many years. We've also got all LED lighting. Like when you look at this, you're like, oh, that's a normal marker light, but when you get close, you see it's all LED. And standard luxury fifth wheels are not even all LED. So they're very consistent through the family, and you'll see more about that in the construction aspect of the video that follows here. I'm also going to try to do a segment, if I can get someone to follow me around with the camera, to show you how easily these go up and down. But that's pretty much the exterior of it here, and I'm going to have to swap camera batteries and we'll meet you back inside. So pointing this way, the A122S and the A122BH are the same. They actually have the same footprint, the same floor plan. Where they differ is in the front. The A122H has a front dormer, which is the roof that flips up, whereas this does not. But what people don't realize is that this is still a true four-person comfortable seating dinette. You still have that same floating table here. This can fold down into a sleeper. You can sleep, you know, a good person here, an adult could sleep on that easily, because this does go the full 7-foot width of the coach. You know, you can sit for adults here, and here's how. these skylights that we're looking at. Case in point, I'm sitting with my my shoulder all the way to the side over here, but these things are exceptionally deep, so you can actually sit for adults here. Or if the sun's baking you, like it's baking me right now, all you do, back up, close the shade, no problem. This is often referred to as the poor man's thermal pane, but it's actually more effective than RV dual pane windows because they don't really increase R values. So backing up a step, what you've got here is the bigger max air like vent fan, and when you open this thing up, this can pull a 6-mile-an-hour breeze through all of your ventilating windows. Speaking of which, they did a really good job putting in like a lot of big viewing windows here in these A-frames. If you're stuck against the rear wall back here, you see that you've got this giant skylight. So like if you lay down and you're the one sleeping on the inside, you're going to feel anything but cramped because you're going to be looking up at the stars. You know, you're going to be seeing the sky. The kitchenette here is going to be the same between all of the... Oops. I got a... Come on now, camera. Got a focus problem. There we go. Wonder how long that's been there. I don't really watch the camera a lot. That's my fault. Anyway, so the kitchenette from here back, basically from here back, all the A122s are going to look the same. You've got the flush mount stovetop, so you can use that as prep space, but there are 3 burners there. Again, you've got hot and cold water service here, though remember you do need a little blue tote tank on the outside to catch the water that comes out of that sink. And they really opened up everything they could for storage. This little black switch right here activates your water pump. Remember, 3-way refrigerator, that means 12-volt battery power, 110 shore power at a park, or propane. Now, down here, you have a propane furnace. This used to be an option, but so many dealers order it that way that that's just how they build it now. Now, over here's where it starts to get kind of fun and interesting, and this is really one of the things where I really noticed this start to differentiate itself from so many other products. This is called a Cool Cat. It's a bi-directional heat pump. It's either an electric air conditioner or an electric furnace, but you do need to be hooked up to park power or a generator like the generators that we have in the shop here at HaylettRV. You know, give our parts team a call and they can give you a quote on something like that. We can even roll it into your financing if that's your need. Or I mean, and you know, we don't charge you more or less for cash versus finance, whatever it is, what it is. But we offer all that stuff. Now you see that handle here on the bed. You can lift this up nice and easy, and you're going to see that you've got easy access and good quality materials, not like particle board under the bed, so everything is built nicely. And down here, you can see the storage below the bed, and there is an outside storage pocket to it. But when you're looking around, you're going to see a couple things. I don't know what all you're seeing, but this travel, so it comes with its own little porta potty storage here, and if you look down a little bit further, that big brown box, this actually comes with an outside grill. So you have a built-in toilet, you have an outside grill, you have everything. Now you've got your TV hookups down there because again it's a fold-down travel trailer as much as a pop-up camper. And a microwave, again, like a trailer, not a pop-up. Handy little stand here because there's no such thing as too much counter space in any camper, especially a fold-down camper. And, you know, just a little bit of an updated stereo. We got Bluetooth, we got stereo systems going on. It's actually even got HD plugs, so it can be kind of your entertainment center. It does a whole bunch of different things. Now, here's one other thing that is very interesting that they put on these, is the Wi-Fi Ranger system. Now, long story short, what the Wi-Fi Ranger is basically a router. It's effectively an access point that's built into your camper. So it allows your trailer to hook up to park Wi-Fi, or you can utilize a cellular service with it if you have like one of those little USB sticks or whatever. Or you can plug your phone into it and put your phone into like Wi-Fi mode or something. But you can then basically hook all of your mobile devices up to your camper instead of individually hooking all your mobile devices up to the park's Wi-Fi. So stay tuned. We're going to tell you how these are built, and then we'll show you how they go up and down. And remember, if you're looking for one of these, you want to make sure you get a fair deal, all you have to do is call us here at HaylettRV of Coldwater, Michigan. And remember, we only do everything from hitching to pieces to parts to trades financing and truck and trailer package deals and everything in between. So take care, stay safe, have fun, happy camping everyone, and stay tuned.
Go.
Hey everybody, Josh the RV Nerd here at HaylettRV, and I want to show you how these A-frames go up and down. It's actually kind of a lickety-split thing. The first thing you want to do is you start by unlatching the door, because this is a bi-section door, and obviously the door has to go down with the wall. Now if you step in here with me, thanks to the assistance of Mr. Big Scott McKinney, our cameraman today, this is one of the big tricks with these. This is the first one you should unlatch, and it's the last one you should latch. because if you put this wall down or the other wall down, unless you got long arms like mine, you can't reach this thing, so you got to do this one first and last. Then you start working your way around the coach, and you just do it the opposite order on the way through. So we're going to move over here now to this one, and at this point, nothing's coming down at us. But after this, every one that we unlatch is going to start coming down. So you folks are going to start backing out of the camper, but you're going to notice this is all lightweight, aluminum framed. It is easy to manage. It's not hard to juggle. So you're going to set this one down right here. The pads keep everything from getting dug up. And there's always a funny point when I'm standing in here showing this to a customer, and they're like, all right, smart guy, how do you get out of the camper? Well, you actually kind of sneak out of the door. We're going to close our little pocket door here, hold on to this part of the door, unlatch this, and we just duck and slide right out of it. Just like that, lickety-split. So we're going to hop out. Make sure you close the door behind you, otherwise the door is going to be on the wrong side of the fold. And really, it's just as easy as flip it and flop it. That's all there is to it. Latch them down, you're all done, easy peasy. Now there are some that do have a power lift. The process is all the same in how you put the interior walls down. Just instead of pushing up on it and letting it fold itself, you stand here and push a button for 30 seconds and let it close itself. That's all there is to it. If you have questions, you give our team here at HaylettRV a call, 800-256-5196. Largest independent standalone dealer in the state of Michigan, guys. We're also one of the largest pop-up dealers in the state of Michigan. I don't think that's a coincidence. Give us a call, we'll get you camping. Take care, stay safe, have fun, and happy camping, everyone. You ever see that show, How It's Made? This is going to be Rockwood A-frames here at HaylettRV, How It's Made. So the thing that I like the most about Rockwood A-frames is that they're very consistent. They're constructed the same way across the entire family, and that doesn't just apply to the A-frames. It applies also to their travel trailers and their fifth wheels. Rockwood builds everything one way, the same way, every single time, and it's that consistency that helps lead to a lot of their quality here. So you've got all aluminum framework. The only part of this that's not laminated is actually the floor. But this is the same floor system that they've used for years, and it's literally the floor system used in the #1 selling family of fold-down campers. So whether it's tent campers, A-frames, Rockwood is literally the #1. They sell 50% A-frames and 50% tent campers, and that pretty much mirrors our numbers that we see here at HaylettRV. They're both very desirable. They both appeal to very different people. Now, other than the ones with the dormer, and an A-frame without the flip-up front dormer, they come with the Pro Rack bike rack up there, so that's a new addition at the time of this filming. That wasn't there last year standard, it is now. It gives you just the easiest way to put your bicycles on there. I do recommend you take the bikes off before you raise and lower the roof, just so it's easier to manage. They are all solar prep. They have a little plug on the front for quick solar prep. 6-gallon auto ignition gas water heater. It's a 6-gallon vessel, but it'll give you 11 gallons of recharge per hour. They all have a propane furnace standard. They all have a 3-way refrigerator standard. That is 12-volt powered, or 110 park power, or propane power, so you get 3 outlets there. They all have an outside shower that does connect to the water heater, so you do have hot and cold water service. They do not have a gray tank. They do not have a black tank in the A122 family, at least. There are specific bathroom floor plans that have their own cassette tank. The specs for that will be in each individual listing. But this is a straight pipe right off the sink, so you do need one of those little blue tote tanks to go with this. They have independent torsion suspension. Each wheel has independent movement. The axle doesn't rock back and forth. The back of this, that's our Cool Cat heat pump. It's an electric bi-directional heat pump. It can either be an electric air conditioner or an electric heater, so you can kind of choose which way you want it to go. Now the rear pocket of storage out here through the A122 family, they make the storage come to you, and that's something Rockwood's been good about for years. Now these struts right here, these are high wind assist struts, so if you're putting this up and down in really windy situations, which they don't recommend, that'll help with that quite a bit. The BH right here has this front bike holding rack. It's kind of the evolution into the full toy hauler here, but the construction's the same. The only thing you have different here is the dormer, but what I like is it's still all aluminum framed, all laminated, all hard sided. There's still no canvas being introduced to these. I don't understand the idea. I see sometimes, I've seen A-frame manufacturers who have a dormer, but they have canvas-sided dormers. It doesn't make sense. Now, when you get to anything with a dormer, any flip-up or the high wall Rockwood hard side campers here at HaylettRV, then you're going to get the power lift. because it's either too tall or too heavy to reasonably expect somebody to wrestle with it, so they kick over there. Now, all of these have 4-corner power stabilizer jacks. They all have very travel trailer-like dual propane tank systems with automatic changeover regulators. On the power tongue jacks are optional on these. We have seen our customers pretty much, you know, a very, very obvious statistical demand that the regular A-frames here, they're like, we don't need a power tongue jack on that. And if you do, guys, if you're the person that wants them, we have them back in the parts and service center here at HaylettRV. No big deal. They're an easy swap. But your high wall models, those are the folks who go, yeah, I want everything. I'm not trying to stay small and reasonable. I want it all. Now, your colors may be different, but your construction's exactly the same here when you get into the ESP Sport Series. All of your Rockwoods all have LED lighting, both your markers and your taillights. Like, you look at the taillights and you're like, oh yeah, I can understand it's LED. But these marker lights look traditional, but they are LED elements inside there. They all come with a grill. They all have a nice little porta potty that in the A122 family, at least. Again, the models that have their own toilet have their own toilet. No need for that. So the grill, the little side work table, you know, that's all included. When you go to the ESP series and you get the bigger tires, they go to a double step so that it's easier to get up and down. And I think that's a really smart decision that they put on there. Anything with a front metal deck has a toy lock security system so that you can keep your bicycles and stuff ready there and waiting for you. They all have 4-corner stabilizer jacks. I don't know if I mentioned that. This is not my normal way of doing things, but I so rarely get a chance to put 3 things like this side to side to side, head to head to head, as it were, and to go through them. What I like about their storage trunk, a lot of brands have a separate add-on storage trunk. It's all integrated. This is purpose-built. It's all laminated together, so there's no like seams where water can get between the trunk and the box and cause mold and mildew. That drives me nuts. So when you step in here, just a couple things to point out. That's that heat pump I was telling you about. Now, they all have a flush-mounted stovetop so that you get a little more prep space, and they all include standard sink cover. So once again, we have some usable, functional prep space. All LED lighting inside. You've got night privacy shades to both block out hot sun and to give you privacy at night when you're sleeping. You'll notice those skylights and your windows are very dark from the outside, but you can't see into them. But at night, some of that goes away, so they still give you the privacy shades. They all have plenty of windows for open ventilation. They all include the 12-volt max air fan here, so whether you're boondocking or you are park camping, you can fire that up and give yourself some great airflow in here. They all have some form of like floating table you can move around that can fold down into a sleeper. You can take that outside if you need picnic type setups, and they waste nothing. There's storage below every single area they can. That pretty much should give you an idea how these are put together. Oh, little TV hookups, microwave. I've always kind of referred to these as a fold-down travel trailer as much as a pop-up camper. And stay tuned with us, because if I can get someone to follow me around, we're going to show you how one of these go up and down. I just got to go get myself a huckleberry. So take care, stay safe, have fun, happy camping, everyone, and here's how they go up and down.